Translate this sentence. My brain is empty. They were talking about both of us, by the way, and I mean, they're not wrong. Look at where you are right now. Hi again, guys, and welcome back to Fearing for Your Life. That last sentence was one Duolingo really wants you to repeat to it in Spanish. I have no idea what is going on with these things at any given time because they get really weird really often. I'm pretty sure they're auto-generated, but despite that, they still have a way of feeling really specifically targeted. The girl had neither a mother or a father. Like, I don't have those things either. Why are you rubbing it in? A little mean. It's a little mean. We've got more equally as hurtful posts coming your way, and if you enjoyed this video, there will be this big card at the end that takes you to another one like it. Also, did you know only like a fifth of you guys are subscribed with notifications on? It hurts my feelings, man. I feel like they've gotten hurt a lot more than they usually do at this point in the video. Either way, if you want to make me feel better, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you never miss an upload. It's free, takes 2 seconds, and you can always undo it later if you decide you hate me. Tell me again, is my mom at your place? One thing I think worth focusing on is the people whose mouths these sentences are supposedly coming out of. It gives you a vibe of how these sentences are being said. This fella here isn't even mad, just incredibly disappointed to find out you're banging their mom. This clearly isn't the first time it's happened. They just expected better from her at this point, I guess. They really thought she could do better than a slob and a deadbeat like you. Listen, I am the definition of reading into things with this video. I literally have to read to do it in this case. Here is a photo of my strange ex-boyfriend. I'm not saying your ex isn't strange, but why are you just keeping a photo around of him? Do you just have it in your wallet like someone would have a picture of their kids and you just flip it out? You show it to a lot of people and tell them about your strange ex-boyfriend and introduce him as your strange ex-boyfriend. If that's the case, I'd like to know who broke up with who because it might make me rethink which of y'all is the weird one. My dog is unemployed and only has one eye. Well, yeah, why would you make him get a job? He's disabled. He's entitled to workers' comp. I was gonna make a joke about how, no shit, he doesn't have a job. He's a dog, but dogs are like the only animal that commonly have jobs. Like, a lot of different ones. The only other ones I can think of with jobs are zoo animals, whose entire career path is just sitting there like a lazy fuck and getting stared at by children. Kinda like what I do when I stream on twitch.tv/Kwite on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I am not very happy. This sounds like one of those the happiest people are the saddest inside posts. This bear has just closed its eyes shut because tears will come flooding out if they just open them for a second. Where is your daughter's bedroom? Why do you want to know? And why do you look so damn smug about wanting to know? Get that DreamWorks ass smirk off your face and get out of my house before I call the cops. I will do that shit. The balls are big. I'm really trying to figure out what he meant by this. This dude is either shouting how large somebody's nuts are from the rooftops, or this is a very shocked live reaction. Somebody has just recently whipped out their cock, and this dude's flabbergasted at how large those balls are. I'd assume they look closer to being titty-sized than testicle-sized by how much he's managed to scrunch up his eyes. Write this in Greek. I am touching the child. No, no, no. There is not a worse way you could have physically worded that. This person says he is a wizard, but I don't believe him. I mean, it would take a wizard to separate that fucking unibrow of yours. I was originally gonna say this guy seems like an authority on magic stuff because of that chunk of hair he has floating above his head, but if magic was how you could make your hair float like that, certainly you could have split your eyebrows into two, right? I'm guessing he's a fraud now. Poor people! What is it with this kid's fucking expression? He is just so excited at the idea of a poor person. He probably goes to New York or San Fran with his parents, sees a homeless person, and then freaks out and asks his mom to take a picture of him with it like he's at a zoo exhibit. Yeah, I do believe the kid would refer to the person as an it. You know how children are really obsessed with one specific animal for a while? Mine was sharks because I was boring as hell, but for this kid, it's minimum wage service workers. It's quite warm in hell. Okay, yeah, he's definitely hearing everything I'm saying about him. He's watching this video right now. That's the most passive he's looked about anything. Like, this is casual for him. Some shit he knows from experience. I'd imagine the dude visits hell regularly. I gotta imagine he's from New Jersey because hell would be a vacation if you're from there. No, I'm not okay. You would not be able to tell by looking at you, man. You seem as happy as a dildo in someone's asshole. Still, I do respect the emotional vulnerability. Reach out to your friends, man. You aren't alone. I am alone, and that's okay. Damn, guess this guy is, though. I love how wide a spectrum we have of how people are coping with their lives being dog shit. You got people at the end of their life just absolutely drowning in despair over it, and this guy's on his Sigma male ship. Doesn't need anybody for validation. The end is soon. Wow, this account is just filled to the brim with nihilists. For somebody accepting that these are the last days on Earth, he's taking it surprisingly well. I'd be shitting myself if I were him. Translate the sentence, there is a person in the fridge. I don't really see why this one's weird. Where else are you supposed to keep a house guest? Especially if you want the meat to stay fresh before you eat them. It's literally where you would put all the other meat. It's not something to be dramatic over. Just put it next to the bacon in the freezer. It was Grandma who encouraged me to come out of the closet. Ugh, of course she has blue hair and pronouns. At least it's nice that she had an older family member be so supportive of her. Usually the elderly members are the people you go incognito mode around the longest for. I have a knife. Fucking why? You're a bear. You have like 5 tiny knives built into each of your paws. Maybe he's just in Britain and just trying to blend in. The knife and the scarf are part of his disguise, and nobody recognizes he's a bear because he just looks like someone you might see at your local pub there. The UK is a fake place. It's a fantasy land. Do you want Duo to become your stepdad. Honestly, there are worse options. I'm just imagining your mom has been going 3 years strong with the giant bird costume mascot. What if this is the Duo bird's roundabout way of getting to your mom? Like, he makes friends with the kid first and endures how annoying they probably are to secure the ultimate prize of laying pipe on the milk. You are not my dad. Damn, there's an unsaid but loud as fuck, and you never will be right after that. Sounds like Duo is not going to be getting laid after all. That's what you get for not dating the old-fashioned way. He is drinking beer because he is unhappy. I'll say it again, these feel very targeted towards me sometimes. Nina picked these ones too, and if this is how you're trying to tell me to stop being an alcoholic without having to hop on a Discord call and do an E-intervention, Nina, it's not working. The smelly toilet is our only hope. Gotta be honest, she does not seem to be bothered about having to dig through freshly squeezed shit in order to survive. Also, Dutch is such a funny language. You can't tell me this is actually how they talk. Dick stick and toilet in ons onje hoop. All European languages are literally the little German boy meme. Automobile and whoopsie daisy becomes closer to reality the more I read. I do have some regrets about how I acted at Tom's wedding. For example, I wish I hadn't kissed his mom. His dad really didn't like that. I mean, yeah, you should have known that he'd felt left out. If you're gonna give one member of a married couple a kiss, you have to give the other one a kiss too. That's the rules. I guess it's good that Tom's mom, or Tom's friend, whichever this homewrecker happens to be, feels a bit bad about their poor manners. The first step to growth is admitting there's a problem. Something you will literally never catch me doing. I refuse to be a better person. I have your wife. I guess we figured out how that marriage ended up going. It sometimes feels like these auto-generated sentences are telling an entire story. I like to imagine that all the possible sentences you could get on Duolingo are from the same big-ass book, randomly selected and given to you to translate, and that if you were dedicated enough and learned every language on Earth using Duolingo, you could put the entire thing together eventually. It would be the ultimate optional lore item in a game. Why is he in our bed? It's kind of fun that you don't get any context for the weird sentence you're being shown, because it really lets it go wild, making up what the hell you think they're talking about on your own. This could be some parents talking about their child who had a nightmare and came to them for comfort and being concerned for him. Or it could be that same couple had a strange grown man crawl into their bed and have no idea what is happening. Suffering is his destiny. That is one of the hardest ways to say somebody is doomed ever. The expression on the bear is perfect, just deadpan as hell, saying it like it's a matter of fact. He's really on his mafioso shit. That's the kind of thing I would only say about an elementary school teacher I had who took my Bakugan and gave them to a different kid. You saved that line for the type of grudge that you will never let go, even when you're gray-haired, as wrinkly as your brain, and on your deathbed. Translate this sentence. Bleg becomes you will die? There is no way. I don't fucking believe that. There is no way a language exists where the sound a turtle makes having sex translates to promising someone with certain death. How in the hell do they pick these faces anyways, man? I don't get it. If you got told you were going to die by someone who is looking at you like this, how on earth are you meant to take that? There is your wife with a man behind the restaurant. This has to be a connected universe, I'm fucking telling you. If not, why are there so many different wives cheating on their husbands in these sentences? The way this one is said, it's like the husband and the person telling them they are getting cheated on are actively watching it happen. They're just in the alleyways watching the wife get absolutely railed by one of the kitchen employees. The dude points at her and goes, "Yeah, that's your wife getting dicked down over there." Huh, what do you know? That is my wife fucking that man. Small world. My daughter loves your daughter. This could have been a really nefarious thing where the parents are outing their kids, but it looks like they're being supportive based on the picture. I can only assume that not only are they okay with their daughter liking other people's daughters, but are trying to be a good wingman. Mother is tasty. There is no good reading of this post. At worst, this is just straight cannibalism. In the middle ground, it's incest. And at best, this is a kid who is still being breastfed at an age where he can speak full sentences. That is not right, kid. Just have a Big Mac. Become obese in your childhood. Anything if it stops you from talking about how your mother tastes on the playground. I am eating bread and crying on the floor. Literally me. Just replace bread with Kraft cheese singles. Where can we hide the bodies? Well, I don't know if you have much experience with proper meat storage, but I do have a body in the fridge that I don't think would mind getting a roommate. Am I a man? That's something only really you can know about yourself, homie. And I just want you to know that whatever you discover about yourself, you'll always be my friend. Whatever you are. And whoever you are. Who the fuck are you? My husband doesn't eat children? This reads so casually, like, my husband doesn't eat children. Like it's a matter of preference whether somebody eats their own kids or not. Yeah, I just gave it a shot once and human meat isn't really for me. Haven't chopped off one of my kids' fingers and taken a bite out of it like a french fry since. God, there has been an awful lot of talk about cannibalism and dead bodies in this video. Like more than usual for a Kwite video. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up here. That card I mentioned should be on screen. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. This has been Kwite, and I have several STDs.